Okay. So all the contents, recording.
Doktor, ada orang tanya dekat chat.
Record tak sebab kat sini nak hujan. Okay. Tadi saya explain, tadi saya tak record. Sekarang saya record. Tadi saya off record lah sebab saya ada mention RP semua kan. Jadi takutlah nanti kan apa orang katakan. But every lecture or tutorial bio online, I will do recording so that you can go through again kan if you miss or you couldn't understand the topic. Okay. Also remember, use the WhatsApp group wisely. You can always ask me if you have questions. Kalau malu-malu nak tanya dekat dalam kelas, you may ask me in your WhatsApp group with your 5 members tu kan. Some of your friends can help you to answer the questions kan. Ujian nanti ada soalan. Okay, good. If no questions, okay, remember that what we learned last week, just the introduction of what is software engineering, right? Because you here are multimedia and also computer science students. You should already know what is software engineering. So for today, okay, let me share the slide first. For today, okay, after you know basically, okay, you don't have to remember, okay, make sure you understand. Understand is much more important. Tak payah nak remember itu zaman budak sekolah dulu kan, nak kena hafal satu tu kan. So this should make you understand. Okay, you should understand. Okay, so now we talk about entrepreneurship. Okay, so entrepreneurship is very in topic. Okay, people talk about entrepreneurship. Okay, like I said, that topic entrepreneurship is not necessarily about business, but of course, okay, the main thing is to create our students after you graduated later on. Not only you are seeking a job, but you are the creator of the job. And then you can offer a job to your friends, right? So we know that we have a limit on job opportunity. Kerajaan, public or private, right? So it have limitation, limit vacancy. But who knows, you might open your own business and you might offer a job to your friends. So this is entrepreneurship. And to let you know that entrepreneurship or entrepreneur mind is also talk about the creative thinking. That's why when you ask me, I always talk about creativity. Okay, do you think that you are creative? Actually, you can learn how to become a creative. Zaman sekarang sangat senang nak jadi kreatif. You have a lot of internet sources kan, semuanya di hujung jari anda kan, cuma nak cari ke tak nak cari, pandai cari ke tak pandai cari kan. YouTube ada, dulu nak belajar, you kena go class, you kena register for the class, you kena pay certain amount to register a course. But nowadays, you can learn freely and easily. And wherever you are, you can learn with the internet. Asalkan ada internet, you boleh buka YouTube, you boleh find the information in internet. Betul tak? Sebab tu orang kata, it's hard to start a business, but it's easy for you to promote it. Not only promote a business, of course, promote yourself. That's why I mentioned about the profile just now. Sekarang orang tak fokus on CV je. Memang perlu CV. But if you have your own website, your own profile, okay, so you lebih, kita panggil apa? Lebih promote yourself lah, lebih expose. Okay, how to make you different from others. Of course lah, saya bukan nak you jadi sebagai Insta famous, but this good for your study journey. Okay, bila you start buat a profile, year 1, what is your achievement? Year 2, what is your achievement? What is your project? All the project that you do while you are doing a course, you can put it. But make sure lah, you are doing that. That's why bila buat project, jangan tak get involved. Okay, jangan jadi member yang tidur kan, taking advantage dia. So you kena take a part. So when people say that, do you can do this and this, you put in your CV. Yes, I did that. Barulah you boleh proudly say that. Then bila macam kita punya course ni kan, so towards the end, I give you e-certificate to prove that, okay, your group won best project presentations or best report. So you can put in your CV as well. Itu dia punya added value. That's the good thing lah. So talking about the software entrepreneurship, because we are now in topic of software engineering. So that's why software entrepreneurship. Okay. So first, what is software entrepreneurship? I did mention it's mainly about the business in software. Okay, but actually it's how your mind think creatively. Okay, why software? Why we need to choose software kan? Banyak-banyak benda lain, kenapa software kan? Okay, because this is our topic, right? And you are in computer science students. Why become a software entrepreneur? Okay. The software entrepreneurship process. Okay, so let's go through one by one. Okay, so software entrepreneurship is the process of turning an idea into real software product or service. Every day, actually, we always think of idea kan. Kita nak tidur, kita bangun tidur, kita nak mandi, kita selalu terfikir idea. But how to make our idea tu bukan angan-angan mak jenin, betul tak? Turn to reality, become commercial and become a business, entrepreneurship. That's entrepreneurship. Okay, so we want to change our idea to become a real software product or service. Okay, dulu saya terfikir Grab contohlah kan. Sebenarnya Grab ni dah lama saya terfikir nak buat contohlah Grab system ni. Instead of kita panggil taxi, so kita ada sistem yang calling a taxi using an application sahaja. But you did not realize it. Jadi idea tinggal idea je. But someone take an advantage, take an opportunity, buat produk tu or service tu. So dia become millionaire, billionaire maybe, right? Okay, so let me check. Okay. So of course, to turn your idea into a software product, real product software services, it will have a different area. Okay, you will need to consider different macam government. But nowadays, if you can see the opportunity is very widely for you as a young adult, young graduate, okay, to become an entrepreneur. So this is a good opportunity lah for you to know what is entrepreneurship and try to create your own product or company. Okay. So why software? Kenal tak people listed here? Who is Bill Gates, Larry Page, Steve Jobs, Paul Allen, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bernard Arnault. Do you know all this person? Kenal tak? Of course lah, dia orang tak kenal kita kan? But do you know them? Bill Gates lah, for example, Bill Gates. Siapa Bill Gates ni?
Yang buat Apple, bukan?
Buat apa?
Microsoft.
Apa dia? Microsoft kan? Larry Page?
Microsoft.
Larry Page? Larry Page buat apa?
Tak kenal.
Google.
Google? Dia ke Google? Okay, Steve Jobs? Steve Jobs buat apa? Apple, yes. Paul Allen?
TV show.
Ni yang mati kereta.
Tak dengar lah pula. Apa dia? Okay, apa dia? Microsoft juga. Dia partnership kan? Mark Zuckerberg? Ni semua orang mesti kenal punya. Facebook. Elon Musk?
Metaverse. Tesla.
SpaceX.
Tesla.
Okay, Jeff Bezos? Amazon. Okay, Bernard Arnault? Ni yang jawapan dia. Betul tak? Microsoft, Google, Apple, next Microsoft, Facebook, Tesla, SpaceX, Amazon, LVMH. Ni kena Google lah. LVMH tu apa? Saya pun tak familiar sebenarnya. Okay, but this is the common people in technopreneur. Okay, technology. The word entrepreneur and technopreneur just because of the technology. Okay, but actually kan macam Steve Jobs, dia bukan orang computer science, but they have a good team. Okay, that expert in IT. Okay, so this is the top 30 richest men in the world. This is statistic on 2020 lah. Sekarang ada lagi dan of course dia makin rich and rich kan. Okay. Geeks have inherited the world. Geeks ni ialah people yang enthusiast dengan teknologi ni, dengan komputer ni. Okay. Is all software done? Is there anything new to do? What do you think? Is that all the person here is already done doing a software? We can create a new things other than what they are already being created. Ada lagi tak? Who knows? Ada kan? Kita pun tidak imagine yang sekarang kita boleh panggil taxi dengan Grab. Kan? Kita boleh order makanan dengan Foodpanda or Grab. All these are technology or software. Okay? So, yes, there is still improvement. There is still new software can be created. Right? Okay? So, what do you think? Okay? So, the system likes you to be so as a computer science student, multimedia or multimedia or computer science. Another one is computer science, right? So you might become software designer. You might become software developer or software tester. Okay? As a software engineer, works in diverse field. Peluang IT ni sangat besar. Yeah? Kalau you kerja dalam bidang music saja kan. So music very specific, right? But IT ni semua perlukan IT, semua perlukan teknologi. You pergi mana-mana company pun, you pergi mana-mana field pun, they need IT. They need IT person. Okay, so you have a wider diverse field. Okay, change job every 2-3. Jadi kalau tak puas hati lah kan, you tukar kerja. Maybe you don't like the environment, maybe you don't like the pay, the salary paid, right? Maybe you get a good offer. Okay, because if you already have the qualification and experience, you become a demand kan. So you might get a new offer. Okay. Contract or self-employed. Meaning some of the software engineer or software designer developer ni, before it start work with company. But after they found out that they can create their own company, you can become a boss kan, nak jadi boss sendiri, nak pegang duit lebih kaya lagi kan. Because if you work with company, private or especially government lah, work 8 to 5 kan, 9 to 6, you have a work limit. Okay, and then your salary bergantunglah tiap tahun punya prestasi baru naik gaji sikit-sikit kan. Itu government lah, government memang dia ada fix dia punya increment every year. Kalau private lagi susah. You punya performance is, you punya salary increment is based on your performance. Okay, so you might turn on to become a self-employed, a freelancer, or maybe you become your own boss for your company. So let's look into here this situation. Turnover become 500k annually, or maybe can be monthly. Profit become increasing from 10 to 30%, or you want to have a fixed salary setiap bulan gaji masuk 2,000 kan, bayar tu bayar ni hilang dah kan. So the increment adalah sikit-sikit, dia ada standard increment dia kan, tangga gaji dia, so naiklah 2.5k per month macam tu kan. But which one better offer? Of course everyone to become ni kan, semua orang suka duit kan. So, orang kata alah kita hidup dalam simple punya kan. But we need money because we need to eat kan. We need to buy something, we need to have a family, and we need to send our children to school. So need money. Suka tak suka memang nak duit juga, perlu duit kan. So that's the motivations lah to maybe not focusing on this one. You can have other options which is much more better. Who knows, right? Okay. So then you should be an entrepreneur. Saya sepatutnya tanya dengan you which one, but I know everyone will choose this one, right? Kalau saya pun sebenarnya saya perlu untuk ni, kan? But I choose to become a lecturer because I want to create more entrepreneur. Jadi itulah tu, to create more entrepreneur in this part. Okay, so how to make sure that your idea become a reality product and service? Okay, first stages you need to do a research. Analyze your competition and get to know your customer. Your project, like I mentioned, your project might come from the improvement of the product or service, okay? Or you can propose a new system, a new software. Okay, so if both identify the problem. Okay, if you want to create your own software, look at the competitors first. What they already have and what they don't have. What as a customer, you also have experience as a customer. What problem that you think that system cannot fulfill your needs. So this is your opportunity to create your own product. Okay. So make sure you do a review. So the review can come from the developed system or can from the research paper. Okay. From idea to product, release a product with a minimal effort, focus on delivering the basic functionality to test the assumption. So after you do research, then you know that what's value that you have to sell out. Kalau dah ada jual di pasaran, buat apa orang nak beli kan? So you need to show your difference. Maybe yang dekat pasaran mahal, so you jual yang murah. But you have a different solution lah with low cost. Or your solution might be improvement from the system that we already have. Example lah, you guna Grab kan? Everyone guna Grab, Grab food, Grab car. You found out that there's issues on certain features that you think that you might need to improve it. Pun boleh. Okay, and then you can create your own product later on. Okay, getting traction. Okay, invest in marketing to get your first users. Make the customer talk about your product. It will attract new customer. Okay, after you do a research, you need to think about the features that unique or have value. Okay, and you might come up with the prototype or the storyboard. Okay, and try to ask users, okay? If your product is for children, if your product for a different gender, so you need to ask your customer or potential customer, okay, is the solution is worth? Do you willing to pay for this solution? Okay? And they might give you a good feedback, okay, to improve it. Okay, mungkin kata saya tidak suka perasa ni, so kalau boleh buat perasa yang different ke, something like that kan. If you get the input from the user, because at the end, who will use your product? So you need to identify your target user, target market. Okay. Keep improving your product. Listen, improve and listen to get a feedback, to get the improvement. Okay. Never stop working on the product. Okay, the technology ni is very fast, right? Sometimes you are focusing on one product and suddenly orang dah tak cakap dah pasal produk ni. Remember that the media social that we used before, saya tak tahulah you all pernah guna ke? Sebelum Facebook apa? Friendster kan? Friendster. Sebelum Friendster ada lagi satu panggil apa? MySpace. So saya rasa you all tak pernah guna kot, kan? Betul? Itu zaman-zaman saya dululah. Before ada media social ni lagi, kita guna apa? MIRC chat. So the evolution ni is people yang buat sebenarnya. Human make improvement. So who knows that the product that you propose, it can become popular lah one day. Okay. aiming for maturity, measure everything you do, calculate your ROI, return of investment. Of course, when we sell something, when we do something, it should have a return of investment. Kan? Taklah buat kerja membazir. But the good thing about software, you don't have to invest more. Macam buat business online kan? All the platform, all the tools already available freely. Depend on the limitation lah kan? But it's there. You can learn it, you can use it freely. If you think that you confirm to commercialize it, you can subscribe lah. Kan? But there is a free tools that you can try to work on. Okay? Even kan product software, okay, I also give a talk to those yang tak ada ambil or no basic about the computer science. So I also give a talk about no code software. Okay, you create a software, a product service without learning computer science. You guys belajar penat-penat 4 tahun, 5 tahun kan computer science, but orang lain pula yang buat produk tentang software yang bukan pun field dia kan, because of all the sources, all the resources is freely internet. So you can choose different platform that might using not only a back end, the front end saja, dia cuma ubah dekat front end saja kan, the idea is there. Yang penting idea tu penting. Okay, you start from the idea and then it can have a good solution if it's a good lah. Kerana benda tu basic saja, but we don't know the input. That's why you need to always listen to your customer, get the feedback and focus on improve. Janganlah hari ni orang you buat satu sistem, orang condemn you kan. Apalah sistem macam ni tak elok lah, terus give up. Right? Penat-penat belajar give up dah. But you need to take a chance lah. Macam as a researcher kan, we have KPI to submit the paper. But we always get a rejection. But if you think negatively, kena reject sekali, malas lah buat paper dah. Tak membangun lah kan. Situ sajalah you kan. So you need to take it as a positive feedback. Oh okay, maybe I need to improve a certain part. So improve your paper first and then submit to another journal. Some of journal might accept your paper after you improve lah. That's improve, listen and not give up. Same with as a software developer or software designer. Macam you buat design. Bos you kata, apa design macam budak-budak ni, macam kanak-kanak ni kan. So you pun terus hati tisu kan. Terus sedih. Berhenti kerja lah besok. So apa jadi? So if you change different job with a short time, so people will worry lah, dia ni ada masalah emosi ke apa ni kan. Ada emosi problem, tak boleh terima teguran apa. So all the feedback, especially the good feedback lah, will help you to improve. That's why I try to train you, okay, giving you a feedback, okay, to make you do improvement. Bukan saya nak kutuk you, okay. Of course sometimes you will need to have a motivation kan. Motivation is come from your team member lah. It's okay, good things, right? Okay. But for me, I will give a constructive comment for you to do improvement. If I'm not giving you a comments, I just accept it. You don't know what is your mistake, what improvement that you need to improve, right? Okay, tak berubah-ubah. That's the important part. So look at of these innovations, okay? Sometimes you might confuse the word innovation and invention. Invention is something new. You create yang orang lain tak ada lagi. Okay, you create a new one. That's one invention. Innovation is you improve. Okay. Someone can turn off your mic first if you don't want to speak, so that ada yang terbuka mic tu, offkan dulu. Siapa ni Muaz? Let me off first. Okay. 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 What innovation? Innovation is you improve from the exist product or service. You ubah sikit, you ubah sesuai, innovate lah, innovate. Jepun is company yang very good innovation. Dia bukan inventor, dia banyak innovator. Dia tidak buat washing machine for example, but they have a good innovation washing machine. Dia improve daripada yang basic washing machine become a smart washing machine. So you can be an innovator or you can be an inventor. Okay? Of course inventor susah lah because dia mesti memang pure your idea. Okay? Memang tak ada orang fikir lagi. And product and service ni have different types. Okay? It can be a process. Macam Grab. Sebenarnya Grab ni dia bukan invent, bukannya new invention, bukan. Dia innovation. Sebab dia adalah improvement process. Okay? Sebenarnya dia adalah satu sistem, contohlah kan, sistem taksi. Dia tukar proses tu kepada teknologi kan. Dia jadi satu apps. So sebenarnya dia innovations bukan invention. Okay? But innovation is very demand and popular right now lah. So like this one, innovation and functionality. Not only ni new way to find the information, right? You have a system that when you put any keywords, imagine how big is Google have the database that anything that you type in, you can get the information. Okay. So that's why Google is one of the innovation and also functionality. Not only it's a new system, okay, new improved system, but it have their own functionality where you get all the informations in cloud. And okay, people always Google. People sikit-sikit tanya makcik Google, tanya pakcik Google kan. What you want to ask? Did you macam saya kata, you boleh Google nama saya, okay, to see your lecturer is very active in research ke, or active lah, because academic is not purposely for teaching. Okay, we are also researcher. Okay, so you should find their articles, what they do. Okay, not only for teaching and learning, because we have 6 to 7 pillars lah. Teaching and learning, supervision. Supervision is not only FYP, it's included the postgrad, community service, CSR, like giving talk to community or conferences, publications, what else? Some of us might involve in admin, ada banyak pillars. So kalau tengok lecturer you tak mengajar hari tu, jangan fikir dia free time. So dia mungkin ada banyak benda lagi dia buat. Dia tengah buat paper ke, dia tengah pergi meeting ke, dia tengah pergi conference ke, because we have 6 to 7 pillars. Okay. So creativity and functionality, Facebook. Facebook ni kalau if you watch the movie about Facebook kan, apa tajuk dia tu very nice lah, because I teach technopreneurship course. Okay. Normally I have a case study that giving you a movie, you watch the movie and then you make a summary from it. So I have a few movies lah in the list that you will learn how to become a technopreneurship. Macam Facebook ni. Okay. So from that one until this one. Okay. Improvement. Kan? So siapa sebenarnya yang buat Facebook ni? Kenapa tercetusnya idea tu? Kalau you tengok cerita tu, actually it's not totally accurate lah with the real situation, but adalah dia punya idea pencetusan tu macam mana. Alright, that's all about software entrepreneurship. So your project is a part of maybe your project, maybe you can if you think that your project can go further, right? Who knows that you can create your own product or own company, you can create your own startup, okay? With your startup, with your proposed solutions, product or services. Okay, so that's the basic that I want to share about entrepreneurships. Okay, any questions so far?
No questions, madam.
Boleh faham ke? Dengar ke tidak ni? Ke?
So far so
Dengar,
good.
madam, tapi
Okay.
internet tak
Dengar
berapa
doktor.
okey.
Oh, ada yang internet problem. Okay, never mind. Okay, make sure you stay with me lah. Okay, so if you having internet problem, make sure masuk balik. Okay, because I do check the duration you stay in class kan. Bukan saya nak make a strict tapi saya nak you, I must make sure lah that belajar ni sebenarnya tak perlu dipaksa kan. It must come from you. Okay, but of course lah kan, ada je kena checking lah. Ini tugas-tugas lah, tugas-tugas lecturer a part of it. We must make sure that the students can understand, okay, and can learn something from it lah. Okay. So kalau tak ada soalan, let me continue for the project management. Okay. In SOW, later on you will see the project management. Okay. But this is not not specific. Not specific in the syllabus, but it's a part of, okay? Because software engineering, it should have a project. Yeah? Later on also you need to create your own project, right? So you need to know about project management, how to manage a project, okay? So that's why there is a topic of project management. Okay? Boleh pula saya nak buat slideshow. Okay, never mind. I just make it as this. I think you can read also, right? Kalau saya buat slideshow, dia dah bentuk macam ni. But this is a slide that given by the resource person. Okay, so let me explain a bit. Saya rasa better saya buat dalam view PDF je. Kan macam ni lagi better kan? Mungkin saya boleh besarkan sikit. Okay. So project management. Okay. You will need to know how to manage a project, because in this course also you will need to have a project in your team group. Okay, so project management distinction, the product is intangible. We can't touch product kan. Software ni dia tak boleh pegang macam handphone, television, you can touch a product, but software untouchable, intangible. Okay, kita tak boleh rasa, but we can experience it, kan? We can experience the use of applications, kan? Boleh ke pegang Grab tu? Tak kan? You pegang through the medium, the phone, kan? That's why the product is intangible. But the product is unique, flexible. Okay, you can customize it, you can improve it, kan? Software engineering is not recognized as an engineering discipline with the same status as mechanical, electrical engineering, etc. Kalau orang yang dia nama dia engineer juga, engineer kan, tapi engineer dalam bidang software. Kalau mechanical ni dia more practical, right? Electrical engineering you need to work with the electric punya tools and so on, mechanical and so also. But software you banyak bermain dengan komputer, right? The software development process is not standardized because there is a lot of method or process that you can use for the software development. Do you came across the word of system development life cycle? Or maybe you can have waterfall, specifically agile, or maybe your process is just a product or project life cycle in general. So actually, to create a software, you need to have a process. It's not suddenly, keluar software. No, right? It should have a process. You identify first, you figure out the features first, you start with the prototype, and then you start implement it, and then you need to test it first, and finally you can deliver it. That's the process of software development. So it's not standardized. Some of the developer might create first, and then only test. After test, they improve it. So the process is not standardized. It depends on the developer who and also what method that they choose. Many software projects are one-off project normally lah, but software development is evolving, kan? Kalau you sell that's the good thing when you sell a software, because after creating one software, your client or your customer might return to you because the change of the technology, the improvement of the product, maybe because before that the company is small, so it's only have a limited server. So the system only have a small system kan, nak buat sistem untuk track sales saja kan. So lepas company tu besar, they might return to you to improve the software, lebih canggih sikit. Boleh apa ni, detect, track inventory. Okay? And after the software develop also, we can have a maintenance. Maintenance is a different payment tau. It's not included. Maintenance is taking time because we need to maintain macam product kan, product macam TV, washing machine kan. Sometimes you need to maintain it. Aircon lah, aircon. You need to do a service kan. It's kind of like that. You need to do a maintenance. Okay, and we know that technology is evolving. Sekarang dah 4IR. Nanti next 5IR. Kan? The technology also evolve. So software project management, ensuring that software is delivered on time, on budget, in accordance with the requirement. So this is the important about project management, to make sure that your software delivered on time, okay, within the budget, and fulfill the requirement of your stakeholder or your client or your customer. Project management is needed because software development is always subject to budget and schedule constraints that are set by the organization developing the software. So when you do a system requirement, later on nanti you akan ada buat system requirement for your project, okay? Of course, you need to inform your customer or your in your project later on, you need to have a scope. The scope should be within the time, cost, quality, because you have to create your project within your semester. Kan? So you kena fikirkan project yang within that, ni lah, make sense lah with that limit. Cost. Actually, I don't really mention about scope for time and cost for project, for study. But in term of work, yes, this need to mention, because you need to know when your due date for deliver the system, and you need to have a cost budget. Because you sell the product, right? So how much it costs? It should be ROI lah, return of investment, kan? And the quality is important. So you need to state the scope at the start of your requirement, so that for your client to understand that this is the limit that you will create your product. As for our project, I would rather you to use scope as your module. Okay? Your module is included the features and function. What you are proposing your product or software module. Your module included the management team from the role for admin and also user who will use that system, what the admin and what the users can do. You can put as a model tu ikut role. Kalau satu sistem, contohlah you are proposing a business online system, kan? So siapa yang akan guna business system tu? So you kata admin lah, admin will be maybe the superior, dia punya manager, or maybe dia punya staff, kan? And then also interact with the customer. Customer can buy something and your staff can be respond it and can check the inventory. So how many role and how many module involved, you need to state it there, so that I will know that, okay, how big is your project that you propose, okay? But for us, until prototype je, okay? Why project management? Good project management is not enough to warranty that a project succeed. But bad project management is enough to warranty that a project is late, over budget, and does not deliver the needed functionality. That's why there's a lot of project that been failed because of budget and also cost. Okay. Key activities in project management are project planning, cost and effort estimations, project tracking, project organization, risk management. So in project management, it involves all these activities. You need to have a project planning, milestone, cost, how much it costs, okay? Effort estimations, lebih kurang macam delivery, but who in details, who will do, when is the deliver time, the due date. Project tracking, how will you do a tracking? Maybe you do a quarterly, reporting quarterly, or reporting every weeks. Okay. Project organizations, who take a role as a manager, who become a member, who will do that and thus. Risk management, also important because we know everything have a risk, kan? So you need to have a risk analysis. Okay? Example, how if the server down? How if the system is not work out? So you need to identify the priority and the solution. Mesti ada plan A, plan B, plan C. Okay? Key tools are, right now, doing a project management is very easy because we have a lot of tools that you can use in internet freely. Okay, yang bayar punya kalau you guna yang office punya, but that one is applicable for you ITM student kan, you boleh guna yang office punya kan. Macam Visio. Visio is popular lah on project management. You can do a Gantt chart, you can do a milestone using a Visio. Okay, but I will not limit you, okay, to use to choose your tools. Okay, you are freely to use a tools in the internet freely, or of course choose the free lah, jangan choose yang bayar punya. Freely use yang free punya. So you need to have a breakdown structure, or maybe you have a product breakdown structure. You need to have a Gantt chart, okay, PERT chart, process and product measurement. After that also you need to have a testing. Like I said that the process of project will have a few phases that involve all this. But all this you can manage through a tools. Project management ni dia ialah tool tau. Contoh lah kan, reporting. Okay, what you need for reporting? Microsoft Office, contoh lah. Kan? PowerPoint. Gantt chart. Okay, you can use the Gantt chart tools in internet, or you can use Visio, or the easy one, you can use Excel. Just to make sure that you have tracking all the milestone. Okay, project staffing. Ni macam you team member lah. Staff ni orang kan. So human, team members. May not be possible to appoint the ideal people because sometimes when we have a project, so you will need to think of your resources. Either you want to make your project in-house, outsource, or customize. Customize ni sangat popular sekarang. Okay. As for me, because previously I worked with Frame as an IT officer, I'm not doing a development because I'm the only one yang IT person kan, because I work as a project coordinator. Okay. So our software is outsourced. We found the vendor. Okay, they are the one that develop the software, but coordinate coordinate for me. Okay, so I'm the project manager. Okay, so project budget may not allow for the use of highly paid staff. Staff with appropriate experience may not be available, and organization may wish to develop employee skill. Okay, so in company, some company might have a low budget, kan? Macam saya kata, even saya dekat Frame, saya bukan di bawah Jabatan Teknologi Maklumat. So kalau saya di bawah Jabatan Teknologi Maklumat, we have a team to develop the software. But I'm only the one in biodiversity hutan punya division. Okay, so we have the money from the government. Okay, so it give a project to create a biodiversity management system untuk flora dan fauna, kan? Biodiversity ni lah database Malaysia yang pertama kan. So with the budget, so I put more the budget is for the development. Memang pun sebab kita outsource. So development yang banyak costing. Okay. And that's why you have 3 types of project software development. Either in-house, outsource or customize. Customize ni macam you buy the ready-made software and then you customize based on the need. Macam learning system kan. Some of the university are buying the learning system that have ready-made. But to make as your macam UMS, UITM punya learning system, you need to modify a bit. Benda tu dah ada, just modify. Just tukarlah dia punya interface, dia punya assessment based on UITM punya assessment macam tu. So they customize. Managers have to work within this constraint, especially when they are shortage. So as a project manager, you need to identify what budget that you have, what resources that you have. So in your project later on, because you work as a group, means that your company lah, macam company kan, try to treat your member as a company, small company. So you need to identify the expertise, the task for each of your team member. Dia buat apa kan. Okay. Jangan outsource pula because this is your project kan. Okay. And in some company, if you have a big company, you will have a different role, more bigger. Project manager, di bawah project manager adalah system analyst, system admin, technical person, training, okay. Or if your company have a budget and want to create a group for high skill punya technology, they may send them for the training and then you are the one who develop the system. So based on costing also. So sometimes if you work in small company, you lah project manager, you are the software designer, you are the developer, you are a tester, you are a technical writer. So remember, bila people think that you are in IT field, they think that you know everything about computer. Betul tak? Okay, you will experience this lah because I also have that experience. When I first work at Frame, my study is on front end, e-commerce, developing a website. But what task given by me, the first task is design a book. Because design a book, they think that you use computer, you kena pandai guna computer kan. But actually it's a different. So at your level as a degree holder, actually you are in manager or executive project manager. Those yang programmer is those yang hold diploma. Diploma sebenarnya yang programmer. Yang buat technical ni diploma level. Sometimes SPM level. SPM level tu mostly ialah yang clerk lah. Okay, so you should know lah your level. But okay, it's important for you as a manager or project coordinator, you know all the term, all the tasks. Because nanti tak kena tipu dengan you punya staff. Kan, you want to deliver a project, berapa harga kos ni? Dia pun hantam you berapa. Dia kata, oh ni nak buat ni setahun. So, if you don't have that knowledge, okay, kena tipu bulat-bulat lah, kan? So you must have that knowledge. Oh, this system with a 4 module, we can develop within 2 weeks, example. So because you have that knowledge, okay? So in project, it also have a role and responsibility as a project sponsor, steering committee, director, manager, officer, IT manager, users manager, leader, team leader, quality leader, team member, project assurance. So you can check the level of each of these role. Okay. Project sponsor is the one who propose project yang sponsor project tu. Okay. And it might have a board, top management, to give you or to comment you the product, to make sure that your project in line with the business value of the company. Project director, the name of director, give direction, give director je, give direction only, not the one who develop it. Manager, manage the project. office ni officer lah kan. Officer might be the clerk. Maybe not officer. This maybe project office is the clerk one kan. Yang kerja bawah untuk apa? Take kalau ada R tu dia level tinggi sikit lah, project officer. Okay. IT manager, you know the word manager, manage lah. Leader is you are in development team, you lead the development. If you lead the testing team, so you are project leader for the testing. Okay. Quality to check. It may involve the testing of the system, project assurance. If, like I said, that if your company is big, you might have many role and responsible like this. But if it's only small, okay, tak adalah you juga yang buat tu, you juga buat ni kan. So sepatutnya dia ada orang yang berbeza lah, auditor orang lain. Because bias, you develop, you are the tester. It shouldn't like that lah. Okay. Project plan structure, activity organizations, okay, your planning of your project should involve the activity organization, risk analysis, hardware and software resources requirement, work breakdown, project schedule, and include the monitoring and reporting mechanism. Okay, so all this must taking into consideration when you start to plan your project later on. Okay, activities in a project should be organized to produce tangible output for management to judge progress. Milestone are the end point of a process activity. Deliverable project result delivered to customer. The waterfall process allow for the straightforward definition. In project, you should have a method, a process. Just now I did mention that. So normally we have two types of method. One is waterfall, one is agile. Waterfall is one way. You identify, you implement, and then you deliver. But for agile, iterative process. You identify, you get back to your users or your customer or maybe your top management. After you implement, you need to do a testing until your delivering process. It will iterate. Tak cukup lagi, patah balik. So it will take more times lah, of course, costly as well. Okay. Okay. This is one of the SDLC. Okay. This one is example for waterfall, if in one way lah. Okay. Requirement and then system and software design, start to implement and do a testing, integrate all the system to become one product, and then you have operation and maintenance. And popular one is the agile. So not only in this way, you will need to return back if not fulfill the requirement, the needs. So patah balik. It may be requirement defined, patah balik kat sini, tak cukup. You patah balik pergi ke requirement, iterate. So that's why they have another error. So kalau waterfall, it's only one way, yang error yang atas ni. But if agile, it will need to iterate. Iterate lah, it may be after second phase, you need to return back to phase 1. After the third phase, maybe you need to go back to phase 1. Or maybe towards the end, you need to return back the requirement before your project being cancelled or delivered. That's on the methodology process. This is on the milestone. You can do milestone like this one. What activities, okay, and what is the milestone? Propose the activities and how you want to make sure that the activities is achieved or not. So this one is the reporting, designing, the requirement list, and so on. Can be like that or can be like this lah. But this one is the activity to show the milestone lah. That just now is the process, the general process. Risk management, like I said, that every project should have a risk management because we know that everything must have a risk. Then, even any job, any task that we do have a risk. So you should analyze the risk. So risk management is concerning with identifying risk and drawing a plan, a backup plan, solutions. Okay. you already identify that there is a issues that will come up and you already prepared the plan. Okay. A risk is a probability that some adverse circumstance will occur. A project risk affects schedule or resource. What happened if the implementation behind the schedule, right? So you have a solution that it have the extend times until certain time, something like that. What happened if you short of resource? Suddenly, one of the staff MC illness, right? So you might have a backup plan. So something like that. Business risk, what happened if while you are doing the project, company gulung tikar gulung tikar kan. So what's next? So you need to think all this to make sure that it have a ROI. Remember, return on investment. Okay. Boleh terima lagi so far? Or do you want take 5? Take 5 break?
So far so good.
So far so
Boleh,
good.
Doktor.
Boleh?
Boleh, boleh.
Boleh lagi. Okay. So jangan hafal. Macam saya cakap, you don't have to remember it, but make sure you understand what I explained. Okay. So software risk, this is one example of software management. You can come up with the potential risk. So for your project, don't put many risks lah. You can have 3 main risks normally lah. Kalau you pula, yes, you can put all the list, but nampak sangat lah kan, project tu macam terlalu banyak risky kan. So try to limit your risk. But this is for your project proposal later on. So this is a few example of risk analysis that you can put it in your project. Staff turnover, okay, will affect the project. So description. Management change, the description, okay, and the risk process. After you identify the risk, you might go through to the analysis, planning, and monitoring. So you might come up with this solution. Okay, and after, maybe you can brainstorm in your team member. Betul lah, you ada dapat satu project kan? So before you start, you do a planning, you brainstorm what are risks that may turn out while you are doing a project. So all the list of risks kan, is come up with all the team members, discuss, and you may categorize it or classify it in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, these 6 types. Cakap pasal server or put it in technology risk. Cakap pasal people staff, put in people. So normally this is a common risk type on technology, people, organization, tools, requirement, and estimation. So possible risk, what will happen for each of these? This is to make a categorize first. This is not solution yet. Categorize it first, right? And analysis, it can be prioritized or it can make it as a probability of high, low, moderate of risk. How high of the risk? Risiko dia tinggi ke, rendah ke, moderate? You put a category. Okay. Okay, like this one. Okay, so what is the probability of level of the risk and the effect? Okay, so this may make you as a prioritize. Kalau serious, catastrophic ni, you can put it as a priority lah. Okay. Okay. This is example that you can use as a project management tools later on to identify your risk. Or you can draw like this one, okay, more visual. The extremely high, moderate, low. So you can check it, which one is the priority that you need to think of the solutions. Okay. The planning, okay, avoid strategies, maybe minimization, minimize the strategies. Contingency plan, normally we use this contingency plan, ada backup plan. Okay. If normally when we create a company, the most important is you might have a plan for growth plan, harvest strategy, and contingency plan. This is normal. So this is the example of solution. Yeah. What kind of the risk? This is the strategy. You can combine all the tables or you can make it as analysis one by one. It's up to you. So you can use one of the example of the risk management here. Okay. And then monitoring, assess each identified risk regularly to decide, also assess whether the effect of the risk have changed. You can put another column, what you will do for monitoring process. Reporting quarterly or checking or testing, okay? And need to discuss ke? So you can put it as indicator, potential indicator, okay? Another thing is a work breakdown, okay? So work breakdown structure as refine of component. Kalau saya suka guna HTA kan, task analysis, okay? So you have a big project. So each project might have a different process kan? Who will do the identifications? Who will do a testing? Who will do the implementation? Who will find out the solutions? Who will create that? You might break your task based on the features function and then you combine all the system together, or you might break into a team to identify the requirement, team to develop implementation, team to do reporting. So it's up to you. So work breakdown can do as simple as chart like this one. Okay. Another example, Lincoln WBS. This is another example lah. Academic officer dealing with the dean of faculty. Dean of faculty have dean's PA. Itulah. Assign a job. And this is assigned job. So like this one in the chart, task analysis lah. Or like this one, giving a role based on the error kan. So starting from who is the one who manage the project and then who are dealing with who and what task they are doing. Project scheduling, okay. More detail, after giving a role and responsible for each member, you need to put a scheduling. Ada time lah kan, ada due date. You bila siap, dah siap pass kepada another department. Siap ni another department. Kan, untuk project scheduling. Scheduling. Dah pun terbelit-belit. So, you can put all the tasks in Gantt chart. I'm not sure that you you have seen the Gantt chart punya rupa. You can Google, okay, how to do a Gantt chart as simple as using Excel. Okay, so you have a different phases. Start with planning, implementation, testing, and delivering, right? So each of phases have the subtasks. You can put as who will doing this, what is the due date, the time limit lah. After the group requirement planning complete, you move to the implementation group. Something like that lah. Macam you giving a task to your friends kan. Siapa buat topik ni, siapa buat topik tu kan. So another thing is you can use a PERT analysis. This one is you will have after this you can Google to see more detail on what is PERT analysis, and also another one is critical what we call it. It's PERT dulu lah, okay. PERT analysis dia lebih kurang sama juga, your task, due date. Sometimes they put the person in charge lah, but normally PERT ni dia consists of the time. Contoh, this is the requirement analysis will have 160 hours, right? So all the process will compute kan, compute, and then it will have a same total lah. You total everything, you will get the summary of giving timeline. So this is only for one process. Okay. Scheduling problem, estimating the difficulty of problem and hence the cost of developing a solution is hard. Productivity is not proportional to the number of people working. This is if there is issues on scheduling, So this is what the contingency plan need to have lah. What happen if there is unexpected issues on the scheduling. Macam betul saya kata, don't put the time limit more rigid kan. You put the maximum one. That's why you have two types of PERT analysis just now, PERT and critical. Ada jalan jauh, jalan dekat. It can be a fast track. Fast track depend on the due date given by your client lah kan. So for ours project 14 week example. Week 14 must be present kan. So you must put what you will do starting on this week to identify the problem and also the solution, and then to identify the requirement needs. So you need to put in weekly or in the milestone process. Okay, so put it as maximum. Okay, or you can have two options. It can have a fast track version and also the maximum schedule. Okay, it can put it as a table form like this one. Okay, you draw the chart analysis just now. So this is to explain more detail what is and durations and so on. This is one of the example. You can have more tools. Like I said that it can be retrieved from the Google as well. This one is the PERT concurrent activities. And another one is the critical path analysis. What is the shortest task to complete, and the critical activities with shortest or long times, the maximum one. Okay. So if you see here, sometimes you might confuse, right? Tadi milestone, ini activity timelines, right? So the word sometimes they combine together. Normally we only have Gantt chart, okay, and then we have milestone. Okay, so how you draw the Gantt chart and milestone is depend on you lah. You can do a PERT analysis, PERT chart just now, or you can use the critical analysis chart. Okay, you can also draw a staff allocation like this one. Like I said that it can different. Okay, if you want to draw your work task different from the task, but make sure lah you know, because this is continuous. T4 is explained by the previous table just now, or you can put together the explanations below part. So sometimes they put different staff allocate, different milestone, different. Sometimes they put together. They combine all that. In the milestone you can see who is person in charge, who is the what the durations for each of the tasks. This one they put different. That's all. That's talking about the project management, to make sure the project is on time, on your schedule, and divided to your member equally or wisely lah. You know your strength of each of member. You should know, like you should find out, and maybe you can give the task equally to others. Okay, so this talking about the project management is how you manage the project. Please use the tools. The tools that you can use is available freely on internet. Okay, but you can always use the basic one, which is using the Excel. Excel pun boleh lah nak guna. It's up to you. But if you can explore more project management tool that available in internet, you can because this is the time for you to know more and explore more about the project management tools. Okay, so that's all for project management. Any question? Ada soalan?
No, no, tak ada.
Tak ada.
Tak
Ada yang
ada.
lah. Hopefully you still awake, alright? So of course online a little bit bored, right? Okay, but I try to not over than the limit of 2 hours, but try to limit more, to reduce the times. So sekarang kita dah daripada 2, 3, 1 jam setengah dah saya cakap, because I cover 2 topic right now, right? The entrepreneurship and also the project management. Okay. Alhamdulillah berjaya tidak tidur. Okay, bagus. Thank you for the response, Afifah. Okay. Alright. If no question, I hope everyone already understand what to do. Okay, so far, your task is the topic presentations. Those have not yet find a group, please find the group and team up the group as soon as possible. This this week should be done, so that you already know your task for topic presentation and also group project. Group project for time being is only propose idea first. Okay, if your idea is not good enough, I might give you a feedback and you might need to change the topic. Okay, if already approved, then the topic that already been approved will continue. Okay, because like I said that we have a few tasks to complete for the project, right? So we will go through one by one. So after project proposal, we will learn, I will give also the template for system requirement. Then only we can proceed it. So no question. Oh, okay. Thank you for the response. Okay. Saya tahulah dia juga yang mendengar kan. Okay. If no questions, I hope that everyone know what to do. Okay. Any questions, you can always still reach me in the WhatsApp group. Okay, kalau tak dapat. So I think that's all. Kalau tak ada soalan lagi, I will put all the lecture note, the recording, apa lagi, the assignment task. Okay, let me know if you cannot open it kan, macam group A tadi. Good lah you tell me because your group is quite late to get to join this group. So I will need to retrieve again the future to make sure that your team is registered in my group. And setiap group tu ada instructor dia kan, so I need to retrieve back. Okay, tak ada soalan. If no questions, right, I will let you go early. Okay, you can start discuss with your friends. Okay, either virtually or physically. Tomorrow I will see virtually for group B. Group B will do proposal presentations. You will present your proposal presentation. Yes, you have the document proposal in template, but for presentation, I will recommend you to do a slideshow. Slideshow present. But each group only have 5 minutes to present your idea. Okay, if your idea approved, you can proceed with the project title. Alright, with that, I think that's all. Don't forget to sign in your attendance. Group A, boleh sign in attendance tak dekat YouFuture? I hope it's already there because I already recorded. Boleh tak?
Ya, boleh Doktor.
Okay, good. Right. Thank you for checking it. Alright, so make sure before our class duration over, it's 15 minutes early and 15 minutes after the class. You need to sign in during the duration. With that, thank you everyone. I see you next week. Alright, bye.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
Nice day.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Doctor.